Okay. Yes, indeed. Hey, do you see dance? Everybody sitting down right now. Or if you're standing up, that's even better. Yes, indeed. You already know. Welcome to the show. Everybody live on IG, live on Twitch, live on YouTube. We're live everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're live everywhere. We truly are. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You are now tuned in to the hottest podcast across the land. The hottest podcast across the globe. And definitely, motherfuckers, definitely the hottest podcast on YouTube Live. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. This is Mixture of Variety. I'm your host, Patient Zero. Give it up one time. Give it up one time. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Big shouts to the studio audience as well. Doing big things. What up, Granny? I see you. Granny. Yes, indeed. What's going on? What's happening? What's cracking, everybody? What's going down? What's going down? What's the Friday night vibes like? What's the Friday night vibes like? That's what I really want to know. That's what I really want to know. So, everybody listening, welcome to the show. If you haven't noticed by now, my beautiful co-host Nikki P is not with us tonight. That's why I'm just wilding out by myself. And that's the reason why I can go on IG Live, because I can only do that if I'm by myself or if Nikki P is here with me in the flesh, in the physical form. Most of the time she's remote and we just do it online, so we can't do IG Live. But we can do, this is the first time we're doing Twitch. We're going to give that a go. You know, I know Twitch has a lot of people, that it's not only for gaming, apparently they have like podcasts and talk shows and shit up there too, so I was like, hell yeah, why not? But anyway, big shouts to Nikki P, who was doing the damn thing and had to work late tonight. So listen, this is Mixture of Variety. Mixture of ideas. And a variety of topics, which equals Mixture of Variety. Mixture of Variety. And, we actually do have an audio show. We're not just on our, video show. We're actually newbies when it comes to our video podcast, actually. This is show number 6. And as you can see by the title, it's Anti-Valentine's Day. Anti-Valentine's Day. I think the actual day, it is an actual day. I think it's Monday. Which makes no sense, because if it's after Valentine's Day, that's kind of stupid. Like the day after, I want to celebrate it beforehand. So then people can get their anger out. People can get their frustration out. People can get their depression out. And at the same time, we could just have some laughs and celebrate being single. That's what it's about more than anything. Celebrating being single tonight. So, hopefully, my single people are in the building. I can see the YouTube and the Twitch chat. I am blind as a bat, and I cannot see the IG chat. Or, whatever. So if you're posting something in IG, I really can't see it. But, shouts to you anyway for joining. Thank you. Like I said, we're all, we're newbies when it comes to the video chat. We're still trying to figure things out. We're still trying to figure out, if we're even going to have, if we're even going to use this program to stream. We're still trying to figure that out as well. So far, it's been good to us, though. I really do like it. Shouts to the people over at the Melon app. Doing big things. But, yes, we do have an audio podcast. And the thing about our audio podcast is that yesterday, we just celebrated show number 2 motherfucking 100, ladies and gentlemen. 200. That is a 2 with 2 zeros in front of it. 200. So we've been doing it for a minute. And we actually, I'm not going to get too much into it. I got into it yesterday. We actually have more than that. But we were doing a podcast under a different name for a couple months. And then we switched it over to Mixture of Variety for a variety of reasons. And as far as just on, just doing Mixture of Variety, we have 200 shows. Which is kind of crazy, but it's just a blast. It's so much fun. And I definitely recommend that you guys check this out. Back in 2019, I wanted to do a podcast, honestly, just to talk about addiction and mental health and help people that way. Use the platform to help people. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing. But now fast forward, a year and a half later or so, I got my girl Nikki P as my co-host. She's my sidekick, my other half. She does big things, and she's, like this with Mixture of Variety. The show, would not be the same without her, obviously. And she joins me a couple times a week, usually for one audio show, and then she usually does the video podcast with me on YouTube. We were doing big things. We had overall, I would say, I honestly lost count. I'm not even going to tell you. We had over 12,000 views or 12,000 downloads in November. So from like April to November. And then we switched over to a different platform, the platform that we're on now, which is Castbox, which I recommend you guys check it out if you want to hear us live. And then probably another like 4,000. So, we're approaching 20,000 downloads. I really don't know. I really don't care, because I'd be doing this if I was reaching 1 or 2 people. Hands down. Nikki P knows that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that it branched out into a variety show podcast, and also branched out to 5 times a week because of the pandemic. We started doing it in February. It's been a year now. And we were just, we wanted to do it one time a week, like a lot of podcasts. I'm not a hater or anything, but there's a lot of podcasts that just have like one podcast every other week, or one show uploaded a week in 45 minutes, whatever. And we were like, nah, fuck that. If we have the time, let's just do it all day long. Not all day long, but 5 times a week. So then we had to switch it up and talk about some other stuff too, which I'm about to get into right now. If you want to catch that live show, you have to get Castbox. That is, one of the major podcast platforms out there. And it's one of the only few that you can actually go live, which is why we use it. And we're on that platform at 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday. So Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And yes, we have to say Eastern because we are global. We have people calling from all across the country. Or all across the world, I'm sorry. All across the world. And that is a fact. If you can't catch the live show, listen, I get it. We got you. It's all good. If you can't catch the live show, it's all good. No stress. You see me stressing? Does this face look like I'm stressing? I'm not stressing. I'm single and I'm not stressing. All of our shows, ladies and gentlemen, are uploaded to every platform you can think of. So, we first go to Anchor.fm. If you guys are familiar with podcasts, then you know what Anchor.fm is about. Go to Anchor.fm. We have a better chance of getting sponsorship if you go directly there. But you don't have to go directly there. You can go to any podcast platform that you listen to. So basically, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, the list goes on and on. You get the point. What I tell people, basically, just Google us. That's the simplest way. Just Google us. Mixture of Variety Podcast. It'll pop right up. Most of the time, if you type in Mixture of Variety, it'll pop right up too. But just type in Mixture of Variety Podcast, and everything will pop right up for you. All right? Simple as that. Hopefully you guys can hear the music enough. All right. So yes, every Friday night, 9 p.m., we have this lovely YouTube show, which is our only video podcast that we do. And I wonder if all this is back. Is this all backwards on IG Live? It looks backwards. That would suck. Sorry, this is only the second time doing IG Live. The first time it sucked also, so I'm giving it another whirl, but we'll see how it is. Hopefully this is not backwards for you guys. That'll be fucking retarded. I mean, you can make out what it says, but anyway. So yeah, we're here, and now we're on Twitch at the same time, and we're on YouTube, and that is 9 p.m. Eastern every Friday. This is episode number 6. Don't know why I did that. Just in case you guys don't know what the number 6 is. 6. Episode 6. So 200 audio shows, but only 6 video shows. So obviously we're still newbies at this. But it's so much fun. So much fun. We have a fucking blast. I could do this all day, every day. The last thing I'm going to say before we get started is our IG. Obviously, if you're listening to IG Live, you already are following us, and shouts to you. But I recommend that you follow us on IG because if you follow us on Castbox when we go live, yes, you will get a notification 9 p.m. Eastern letting you know that we are going live that second. But since it's a variety show podcast, you might not want to be surprised like that. You might want to know what we're talking about hours before the show. And in that case, follow us on IG. Not only will you see the craziest banners that you'll ever see in your life. We get temporary banned all the time. Shouts to IG. And flagged, that people report us all the time. But the banners are very entertaining. And every night that we go live, you'll see a banner that lets you know exactly what we're talking about that night. So it won't be a surprise. Because a variety show with 200, shows, maybe there might be some topics that you're not interested in. It's a possibility. I'm just being real. But for the most part, I'm sure you'll love it. So, we truly do talk about anything and everything, and that means we can talk about mental health and addiction, having sex with gay, midget, aliens. Yes, that's right. Gay, midget, aliens. You heard me correctly. What a show that is. That's a show you don't want to miss. Having sex with gay, midget, aliens. You learn a lot. You learn a lot that show. I learned that aliens don't have privates. I heard that they're midget. They're like a perfect size for... Okay, so... That's obviously two sides of the extreme spectrums. But we talk about a lot more than that. Nikki P calls these the in-betweeners, ladies and gentlemen, and this is just the in-between stuff that we talk about. Simple as that. We're don't have to think really hard about that. These are the highlighted shows. Highlighted shows. I keep looking here because Nikki P is usually here, but she's not here. Nikki P, where are you? I guess the chat's here too. What up, chat? All right. So these are the highlighted shows, which basically means that we talk about these topics more than anything else. So if you are a mixer, which means you've been listening to us for a minute and you know what time it is, you know what's up, and you know how crazy our show is, and you know that it's organized chaos, and you truly know that mixture of variety, we put the odd in podcast. It's somewhere on here. Oh, it's over here. We put the odd in podcast. We truly do. And that means you're a mixer. That means you've been rolling with us for a minute. But if you're a newbie, we got to break it down. Because every day we have newbies. We have newcomers come in all the time. And, the show's not for everybody. But for the ones that do listen and stay tuned and like and follow and share and subscribe and the whole nine, you are a mixer. So, ladies and gentlemen, we do talk about mental illness and mental health. 100%. Addiction, sobriety, recovery, 100%. Experiences in a halfway house or rehab. It's actually how Nikki P and I met, in a halfway house, and we enjoy telling that story every once in a while. LGBT life. Shouts to my LGBTIQA plus PTSD community. Yes, I am a part of that LGBT life and community, as you can see right there. Right there. That rainbow fist is there for a reason. Yes, indeed. If you haven't noticed it, it is there for a reason. The oppression is real, people. The oppression is real. We ain't taking it no more. Okay, so anyway. I had to let you guys know that ahead of time, because if you didn't know, it's gonna sound, it's gonna be just really weird if you're talking about Valentine's Day shit. Obviously, with my stories that I'm gonna be presenting to you and telling you and sharing, you're gonna know then anyway. I'm not talking about chicks. I'm not talking about girls. I'm not talking about any females, any women in any of my relationship. Although I do have some funny stories about that, but that's not for tonight. Relationships, kind of what we're talking about tonight. And, we'll touch on it, because it's all related. It's all wrapped up like a burrito. Current events and news. Not what's on the mainstream media. We dig deep for stories around the world, positive, uplifting stories that will help uplift you and put you in a positive mood. We like to think of this 1 hour podcast as a distraction from the world. There's so much crazy shit going on in the world. Put that to the side, like Moses split the sea. split the sea, split the world, you know, just put the world on hold, and come enjoy an hour with us. And then tell a friend. Alright, alright. Oh shit. Sex, ladies and gentlemen. Sex, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. We talk about sex often. We actually have an entire night dedicated to that. And that is Wednesday night. Wednesday night is our sex show. It gets dirty and it gets raunchy at times, believe you me. But that's what the people love. It was by far our most downloaded show when we were over at Podbean, the other platform we used before CastBox. People love it. People absolutely love it. The chat participation is crazy. You know, everyone has their own stories. Nikki P and I broadcast completely in the nude, in the buff. So obviously we can't do it on YouTube. We're in the nude, and we recommend that you bring your own lube. And we have a fucking blast. Always a blast, the sex show. So that is Wednesday here on CastBox. Not here on CastBox. Wednesday on CastBox. 9 p.m. show. Hip-hop, we do talk about hip-hop. And we cover the Versus TV battles. I'm not sure when the next one's going to be, but we're going to cover it. Mindfulness, real quick. Let's do a mindfulness breath. Okay, when I hit this bell right here, just take a deep breath. Just to remind ourselves where our feet are planted and to remind ourselves to be in this moment. Ready? Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? I had to put my head closer to see if I can see what people are typing, but I can't. I love you all, even if I can't see shit. I love you all. I try to look completely different in every YouTube podcast. So maybe one day I will wear my glasses and just be like, oh, surprise, it's a different person. We have several mindfulness episodes, so go back and check that out if you're interested. UFOs and aliens, conspiracy theories. I can't even tell you how much I love talking about that shit. UFOs and aliens by itself. And then conspiracy theories. Nikki P always says I have to put on my tinfoil hat. Because I go down the rabbit hole, and I truly do. Random topics, obviously, and so much more. And above all, ladies and gentlemen, above all, positive energy and laughs. Now, I'm not a professional in any way. These are just my thoughts, views, and opinions, and sometimes experience, strength, and hope. And today, definitely experience, strength, and hope, because we're talking about being single and living the single life and whatnot. So, not only am I going to talk about my life, which you guys are so, you know, intrigued. I know you are. And you just can't wait to hear about my fucking, you know, relationship / single life. But then we're going to get into it and we're going to have some fun. Because if you're rocking with me, of course I want to hear your stories as well. I don't think you can call in on YouTube. No, I don't think so. Another beautiful thing about CastBox Monday through Thursday is that anybody can call in from any time. We have people call in from Sweden, Germany, India, France, no joke, Australia. It's always a blast. But yeah, I digress. We're gonna get into some, I guess you could say, you know, funny like pickup lines. Or something like that. We'll get into that in 1 second. The disclaimer, this is not to scare people off, although sometimes it does scare people off. I apologize, but we have to do it. The disclaimer is, if you are hypersensitive or get butt hurt easy, this podcast is definitely not for you, bro. Sick and twisted dark humor, vulgar uncensored language, and politically incorrect conversations are just some of the things, and fun, you'll hear on Mixture of Variety, which means listener discretion is definitely advised. Oh shit, that woke up Granny.
Huh?
There she is.
I can't hear you.
What up, Granny?
What?
Granny in the building.
What did you say? Where's my glasses?
Yeah, we're over here, Granny.
Where's my glasses?
Old back can't see shit. Anyway, you thought it was just me and Nikki P? Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce you to Granny real fast before we go any further. Granny is the third co-host of the show. That's right. The third co-host of the show. Okay, let's try that again. The third co-host of the show. She has Alzheimer's and dementia. And she doesn't even know what a podcast is. She just likes the lights and my voice and maybe the music or whatever. But, you know, we love her. You know, she's here all the time. She comes all the time.
That's what she said.
And for that reason alone, we were just like, wow, we love this lady. Well, you know how old people have like 17 layers when it's like 80 degrees outside? Well, we found out after removing some layers. I mean, she was removing some layers.
Bruh.
I wasn't removing any layers, but we noticed that she was tatted from head to toe. Tatted. This lady's tatted from head to toe. Shouts once again to my IG live people, because if you're on IG and you follow us at Mixture of Variety on IG, our Instagram is at Mixture of Variety. Not only will you see those crazy banners that I said, but you also see banners with Granny all over them. Granny is on a lot of our banners. Wilding out, getting drunk, being a hot mess at the nursing home, fighting people, getting tatted, the whole nine. The whole nine. She is definitely a hot mess. But we love her to death. Caught her outside in the parking lot one day. She was smoking. I thought she was smoking a cigarette. No, she was smoking crystal meth one day. She had a crack stem one day. She was smoking toad one day. Like the 5-EMO DMT molecule, whatever, like they call it, the God molecule. And then comes right back into the VIP section of the studio, sits down like nothing happened. Like, this fucking lady is wildin'. Let me just say the last thing about Granny. If you guys don't know, the true mixers already know about Granny. Shouts to Granny. But, you know, like I said, there's new people every time, so we gotta break it down. Especially fresh new faces from YouTube. Yes, this is a candle, ladies and gentlemen. I have ADHD. So, one day she comes to the studio and, bro, she's holding a big ass bag. The bag's like the size of her. So the first thing that pops into my head is she has sundowner syndrome from being dementia, you know, from having dementia and Alzheimer's. She's gonna pull out an AK-47 and just light up this audience. I know it. Like, something like that is gonna happen. I wouldn't put it past her. This lady's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, we had to search her bag, and it was a 3-foot dildo.
Bruh.
This thing was almost the size of her. Nikki P looked at me, and we laughed for about 11 and a half minutes. We couldn't believe it. And then at that time, we knew that we had to make her a co-host. Not to mention her 100th birthday. This lady is 100 years old. Her 100th birthday was actually on our 100th show. And we had an epic blowout celebration. And you guys can go check it out on any podcast platform. And that's the story of Granny. Oh, shit, ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news. And the breaking news comes in the form of a segment that we like to call Mini Holidays. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, mini holidays. Why? Because every day is a holiday.
I like turtles. I like turtles. I like turtles. I like turtles. I like turtles.
Whatever.
You see what you guys did? This is you guys' fault. This is you guys' fault. But speaking of you guys' fault, let me just say this. Give yourself a round of applause or pat yourself on the back if you made it this far in the show. A lot of people don't make it this far. And we get it. We understand. There's a lot going on. You know, as Granny says, there's a lot to take in. You know? Definitely a lot to take in. The disclaimer, Granny's dildo, having sex with gay midget aliens, the turtle kid for no reason. There's a lot. But you made it, so give yourself a round of applause. And we're going to get right into the second segment of the show, which is everybody's favorite segment of the show, Mini Motherfucking Holidays.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We got time for it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It's a lot more fun doing that when Nicole's here, when Nikki P's here. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nikki P, I miss your face. Aww. Alright, so we believe here at Mixture of Variety that everyone should celebrate every day like a holiday. Right? Simple as that. Be grateful and thankful for the things and the people that are in your life currently, instead of being envious, jealous, hateful, resentful for the things and the people that are not currently in your life. A lot better way to live, right? Maybe for some people easier said than done, but either way, it's a lot better way to live. Okay? With that being said, there are actually things, and I say things because I don't know how else to explain them, there's actually things that are celebrated every single day. And I'm not just talking about, like, you know, Sunday will be Valentine's Day, right? I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about every single day there is something to talk about. I'm going to fly by these, because I like to finish these 30 minutes after the show, and we got like 3 minutes. I can fly by them, because without Nikki P here, it'll... You know, it's different if we bounce back ideas and we laugh and whatever. I'm just going to share these with you, and then we're going to keep it moving. Okay, so it is Friday. I did say that. I forgot to say the date. I usually do forget to say the date. February 12th, 2021. And it is Chinese New Year. Oh, Chinese New Year, yes. I'm sure Joe Biden and the fam are celebrating that. It's Hug Day. Oh, Hug Day. Give somebody a hug. But make sure you're wearing 2 masks and a hazmat suit. You know, now they're saying 2 masks. They're recommending 2 masks, and you know, soon it'll just be an entire hazmat suit, and then you can hug that way. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. International Darwin Day. International Winter Bike to Work Day. Oh, that sucks. Let me tell you, I have to do that, and had to do that in the past. There's really nothing worse than that. The worst thing about it is, not only that it's freezing cold and you gotta bundle up while you're riding your bike, that's not the issue. The issue is because there's so much snow up here in the Northeast. I say undisclosed location, but this broadcast is, you know, is in New York. But anyway, the whole Northeast, we're just getting snow after snow after snowstorm after snow warning after winter storm warning after snow. And when the plows come, and they push all the snow to the shoulder, then we have no shoulder. So then you're basically riding your bike on the yellow line, and, you know, cars and trucks and shit don't like that, usually. Then you got accidents, and you got this whole knot, you know what I mean? It's like this, just, why not just move? You know, that's what the normal question would be. The question that I ask myself every day. It's Lincoln's birthday. Shouts to Lincoln. NAACP Day. I don't even want to. I'm gonna butcher it if I say it. National Association something colored people. I don't even want to guess. I know I got most of that right. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the first day is or second day. That's why I go to AA. Alright, it's National Freedom to Marry Day. Okay. It's National Lost Penny Day. National Lost Penny Day. Did you guys lose a penny today? Because I didn't. If you did, you celebrated that holiday. Congratulations. National No One Eats Alone Day. National No One Eats Alone Day. I definitely did not celebrate that holiday. I didn't celebrate most of these. Besides the NAACP one. And Lincoln's birthday. National Plum Pudding Day. National Plum Pudding Day. Alright. Shouts to Plum Pudding. Paul Bunyan Day. No idea what that is. Safety Pup Day. Safety Pup Day. And lastly, let's see if we can end it with a banger. The Inbox Day. I guess that's not a banger, huh? The Inbox Day? Not really sure what that is. Okay.
Huh?
And that is mini holidays for Friday, February 12th, 2021. Give it up one time. Give it up one time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Making sure everything is straight. All right, so making sure everything is straight, even though, you know, I'm not straight. I'm here till 10 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. My stand-up career is going to start on YouTube and Twitch. All right. So before we do, let me just remind myself what I got here, because I already forgot. I'm pretty sure it was... Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to let you know why I feel the way I feel, and why this is Anti-Valentine's Day. And then we're going to get into 70 dirty Tinger pickup lines. And Tinder is, you know, funny by itself, because I believe it's the one app, that people actually use to try to form some type of relationship, instead of just apps that are meant for hooking up. But before I get there, let me start by saying I had a relationship, my first relationship, when I was like 24. Came out of the closet late. And it was a 5-year relationship, and it basically sucked my soul dry. I was doing so many different things, and I was leading like 3 different lives at that time. But one of my sections of my life was going out with this guy. And we both used drugs through the entire relationship. There was verbal fighting, there was physical fighting, there was breakup and makeups, there was cheating, there was cheating. There was cheating. There was also cheating. But it was also one of those things that it was my first relationship. You guys know. First relationship. You know, that's just what happens, I guess. That spiraled out of control after 5 years of nothing but a shit show. I can't really remember, like, good times, you know. But what I do know is that I put in so much. I put so much into this relationship, and I put so much, energy. Just like I was just completely drained. After I was pretty, I was pretty fucked up from that relationship. But afterwards, I dove headfirst into the deep end of using a lot harder drugs. And during that time, I noticed that, I'm an open book. This is nothing new. This is one of the reasons why I say this is one of the most authentic podcasts that you listen to. Nick P and I are an open book. We just tell it how it is. I swear I'm not crying. My fucking eyes are my eyes are a mess. My eyes are a mess. I take a lot of medication, so my eyes are extremely dry, so I do this like all day long. you know, all day long. Hopefully that'll be it for a while. I mean, it's rude to do that. I can't help it. It's like a tick of mine. So speaking of open book, I noticed that when I dove headfirst into the deep end of the hard shit, crystal meth in particular, I noticed that, you know, I turned into a whore. Can I blame it on the drug? Sure, I could blame it on the drug because, you know, whatever route that I did the drug, of course, first I snorted it, then I smoked it, and then I injected it. Smoking and injecting it, all you want to do is have sex, and you turn into like a wild animal. I'm not getting into that right now, but what I'm just saying is, the reason why I'm even mentioning it is because I kind of liked, not kind of liked, I really liked the fact that I was hooking up with these guys sexually, and like deleting their number, blocking their number. Maybe I didn't even have their number. Maybe I met them on an app or something, or on a web page. That was big, you know, back then. I kind of like that. You know what I mean? I felt like I had like some control, just knowing that I can do whatever I want and not have the relationship bullshit attached to it. The shit that sucked me dry. No pun intended. The shit that made my soul leave my body a couple times. The kind of shit that aged me. Okay? The shit that aged me. The shit that brought me to therapy. You know, the whole nine. So anyway, I couldn't do that for much longer because the drugs were involved. It wasn't just my own mind thinking. You know. Now this is 10 years ago. If you fast forward till now, it's totally different because I am 22 years, I wish, 22 months sober. And then I'll explain how that is. But I want to just let you guys know the rest of my story, just so you guys know. Like I said, we're open book. I want you guys to know and find out what's going on with us. Me and Nikki P talk about some real shit. We talked about family last week, family business, and you know, family relationships. We had our sex role play. We had to do kind of a PG-13 version, not as you know, not as dirty and raunchy as we get on the Castbox show on Wednesday, because we were doing it on YouTube and we don't want to get a flag already. We just started. So it was kind of PG-13. We were talking about sex role, but by far it got the most views on our page. And I guess that's just because sex sells. We know that. So we will be doing another sex show in a few weeks. But what I was saying is that we are an open book, and we, especially for people that are just tuning in to our YouTube channel and have no fucking idea what this is, and they want to get to know us, well, now here you go. Now is the time to get to know me by myself, because Nikki P is not here, and we were talking about Anti-Valentine's Day, and once again, shouts to all you single people out there. By this point in my life, you would think already that I was done with relationships, okay? But then it was the first time that I started to dabble into recovery, okay? Went to rehab, went to a halfway house, and then during the halfway house, met somebody. Was it too soon to get in a relationship, like an actual relationship? Absolutely it was. I was there to work on myself. I needed to work on myself. I had many, many problems, and I was using, at that point, I was using like, you know, 16 years straight, using drugs and alcohol. And now we're talking between rehab and a halfway house, I have a year or so, let's say. Not even a year, clean and sober. So instead of continuing to focus on myself, continuing to learn about myself, continuing to date myself, as one of my favorite counselors in the world ever, said to me. Right, as RuPaul says. What does RuPaul say? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? Shouts to RuPaul, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I had no self-confidence. I didn't know myself. I didn't have any self-worth. I didn't have any self-esteem. And I have less than a year clean and sober after using for 16 years, because that's all I know. And I get into a relationship. And I got into a relationship quick. I'm talking about while I was in the place. And then I get out of the place, and I get my own apartment. Just about a year clean. Been in my apartment a couple months to get a year clean or so. Move in with this guy. Move in with this guy. Am I going to waste time and tell you details of the entire relationship? No, I'm not. There's a point to everything I'm saying. First of all, that was way too fucking fast, right? To get into a relationship. Which also adds gasoline to the fire for being the reason that I enjoy being single so much. Okay? I got into a relationship way too fast. This relationship was totally different than my first relationship. Of course, we got in arguments and stuff, but there was no, like, verbal, like, crazy madness at first. There was definitely no physical abuse and nothing like that. There was no cheating and stuff like that. But what happened was, what do you think happened, boys and girls? If anybody's listening and they're in recovery, they know what happens. What happens is, I didn't go to meetings as much. I didn't start paying attention to what I was supposed to do for myself that much. I completely stopped step work. I had a sponsor here and there. I had a real shady sponsor. And I relapsed. And after I relapsed, early on in the relationship, I relapsed. And then from there, it was a fucking roller coaster. Fucking roller coaster. And I definitely was the one that put him through shit. I put him through a lot. I know that. I was the one that was relapsing. I was the one that went to 2 different inpatient rehabs while we were in a relationship. I was the one searching for drugs on my phone, and he found a couple, negative things. I was the one that blacked out and totaled my car and, went to the psych ward and stuff like that. I put him through a lot. During this time, though, I also noticed that I had, like, some mental illness, issues. And that's one of the reasons why I talk about it on the podcast a lot. I talk about it a lot. I felt that learning about mental illness and learning about more extreme forms of therapy and learning about medications and learning about psychiatrists and this, it was a lot for me to take, but it was also a lot for him to take. After that shit built up and built up and built up, it wasn't going to work out. It was very unfortunate because I've never had, and the guys that I've been with, I never had a relationship where there was somebody that cared so much about me, and I just kept fucking it up. And that fucked me up in the head for a long time. Especially even not being friends. Like, after the final time we broke up, it was like we attempted to be friends, and then I did the same fucking crazy, shady, drug-related shit. And then he was like, I had to close the chapter of this whole relationship, and it fucked me up bad. But once that fucked me up bad, right, and I'm talking to a therapist, and I'm all depressed for like a long time afterwards. I had a rebound guy for 6 months who was just a complete alcoholic. He would piss the bed and just, you know, just be so vulgar and crazy, you know, extreme alcoholic. I never met an alcoholic like that in my life. But he wasn't in the rooms or anything like that. You know, there was one guy that I hooked up with for like a couple months, and you know, I was not feeling it. So maybe it's just because of my circumstances, maybe. But what I do know is that all these individual situations, if it's a 2-month relationship, a 6-month alcoholic rebound guy, 5-year first relationship that was nothing but chaos and drugs, and then a 5-year relationship that ended up in me proposing to him in the middle of Times Square and him saying yes, you know, and actually getting to the point where we actually made a guest list for the wedding. That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how it fucked up my head. But at the same time, I understood to a certain point, and I was trying to be as empathetic as possible, that I had my own issues and my own stuff to deal with, but it was just too much. You know what I mean? It was just too much. I always tried to put myself in his shoes, and you know, miserably failed. But in, you know, thinking about it now, it was definitely the right thing to do. For both of us. It was the right thing to do for both of us, because if that relationship continued, I wouldn't be in the place where I am now, as far as feeling as comfortable as I am with myself, having self-esteem for the first time, knowing myself, knowing my worth, like really, like, you know what I mean, like really, like knowing my worth, self-confidence, you know, all these things that came to me in sobriety, and me dating myself and getting to learn myself, and, you know, using DBT skills and coping skills and therapy and medication and exercise and the whole nine. And the more that I stay single, I've been single for a while, ladies and gentlemen. The longer that I stay single, the more that I want to be single. Is that how you guys feel too? The longer that I am single, the more I want to be single. I want a shirt that says that. They probably have them. Because all the energy that is being exerted into this other person and into this relationship, good or bad, it doesn't matter. You're still draining my life energy out of me every single day. And somebody that suffers from mental illness, and I'm supposed to be a recovering addict, and I have all these things, and I'm trying to focus on myself. If I have to, you know, if I have to change that in any way and focus on this relationship, it's not good for me. It's not healthy for me. You know, so through all the relationships that I've been through, it made me this person. So I feel stronger than ever. I feel better than ever. I feel, you know, actually knowing my self-worth, like I said, and having more self-esteem and confidence. And on the flip side of that, like I was using drugs 10 years ago and hooking up with all these random guys, I started doing the same thing just without drugs and alcohol. Like I was doing it sober. So, for example, 2019, you know, I started getting to, you know, being more like a whore again. And I didn't want to be like that either, because that's not good for my self-esteem or anything, really. So then I, like, slowed it down. And then it was one of those things where I didn't have a choice but to slow it down, because COVID-19 was the biggest cock block of 2020 for everybody. And it still is for some people. I mean, you know, they're saying, you know, as far as like the vaccine, and some places are, you know, slowly opening up. You know, they'll make a big announcement. They'll be like, restaurants can now open up from, instead of 25%, ladies and gentlemen, they can open up to 35%. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's a huge change. I know the restaurants are really feeling that one. You know? Oh, what did I just do? Sorry, guys. But anyway, you know, double mask and all this stuff. Guys in general are still like scared to like hook up. So I'm just thinking, like, why do they even have these apps? You know, Tinder is a joke. I've had one date off of Tinder, and it was like, you might as well have catfished me. You know what I mean? And I was making sure that it didn't take any energy away from me. You guys got to protect your energy no matter what. You got to protect that. I was gonna just be myself and have some fun, and go on a date. It was actually like a date, like a daytime date, and I'm not gonna lie that it wasn't fun, but it was definitely no romantic attraction at all. And if you're gonna look different than your picture, why the fuck are you even using? Why are you even fucking using these apps? If your picture is 10 years old, it's probably time to update. And then, yeah, as far as, like, hooking up, whatever it is, like, on, apps or not, it's just one of those things where I know that I'm in full control. I'm in full control. And basically, I do what I want. Excuse me, if I feel like hooking up with somebody, and we actually do have a conversation about, COVID and whatnot, because I actually got COVID during Christmas time. That doesn't mean I'm, like, immune. I wish it was like that. But if it was something like that, or you just got checked, or you just got tested, and then, like anything else, if you just got tested, you're just giving it a try and just being like, let's see how this works. I mean, just like when people say in their profile that they're HIV negative and they're on PrEP, and it's just like, but are you though? Or are you just saying that? So a lot of it is a risk. I think that's some of the fun part. Unfortunately, when I'm manic from being bipolar, I really don't care about any of that. I just want to, like, hook up. And, but either way, it doesn't matter. COVID-19 slowed everybody down and slowed the world down. And it also slowed, my sex life down. Which is totally fine with me. So, I'm not saying that I'm against love. Please get it right. I know my Instagram banner looks kind of crazy. As far as, like, a knife in a flower and a arrow through Cupid's head. I just want to say this. And, reveal all this to you guys if you're new and whatnot. To let you guys know that, Valentine's Day truly is just a day. And, there's nothing wrong with being single. A lot of people really do truly love being single. And that's totally fine. So, if you are feeling a certain way on Sunday, all you have to do is go to this page. Hopefully you'll find it. I did make some hashtags and I don't know, whatever. People will actually search it and check it out. And maybe this will help a little bit. It's just like empowering single people and letting people know that, if couples are going to have one day, that's fine. Singles have 364 other days, to be single and do them. And, there's actually, then you hear stories about the couples, right? The couples that have been together for, months, years, whatever it is. And then because of COVID and because of the lockdown, the isolation and the quarantine and all that shit, they start to fight more than ever. You know what I mean? Or worse than ever. And they start going fucking crazy and they hate each other. And and that's not a good thing either. If you live together. I mean, if you're single, like me, and you're living alone, like me, and you're just doing the damn thing, and you're in control, I don't feel like I want to use any more energy. I don't think I have any more energy. I'm getting exhausted just talking about this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have the energy to fight in a relationship. To text, where are you? You said you were going to be here by now. Why are you late? Who are you hanging out with? Who was this picture I saw on social media that you liked? Who is this person that liked your picture? Why did you say this person at work said blah, blah, blah? Where are you? I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Will I say in the future, will it ever, 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 ever happen again? listen, maybe it's just not in the cards. Maybe it's not meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be 40 years old in 2 weeks. I'm going to be 40 years old in about 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. You think I got time for the bullshit? You think I got time for the bullshit?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Bruh.
Come on. Come on. Come on. If it happens, it's going to be a miracle, you know? Maybe I'll gain enough energy and be able to be okay with somebody and find that right person. But will it be on Valentine's Day? No. Will I be sad, depressed, frustrated, anxious, and irritable on Sunday because it's Valentine's Day?
Denied.
No, I will not. I will not. So, you guys get the point. I'm sure a lot of you guys could relate if you're single. And everybody here in the chat, I can't see anything on IG, but that's just what it is. We definitely don't have time for this because I didn't think I was going to just, you know, talk as much as I do like to talk a lot. Can you tell? I'm going to run through these really fast. These are some funny pickup lines. We'll do half of them. Some funny pickup lines for Tinder, okay? These are just like, what are you going to do? Just imagine you getting some of these. Can I borrow a kiss? I promise I'll give it back. Baby, are you a lion? Because I can see you lying in my bed tonight. I'm not a weatherman, but you can expect a few more inches tonight. Alright, welcome to 1997, ladies and gentlemen. Your body is made up of 70% water, and I'm thirsty. Hey now. It's pretty disgusting. I'm not a dentist, but I bet I can give you a filling. What did you say your name was? I want to make sure I'm screaming the right name tonight. That would be innocent block. Are you a light switch? Because you really turn me on. Aside from being extremely sexy, what else do you do for a living? Are you tired? Want to change that? These are so bad. If I were an enzyme, I'd be DNA helicase so I can unzip your genes. Okay, I have 206 bones in my body. Want to give me another one? Please don't let this go to your head. But do you want some? I guess these are all like ones you just block real quick. I was told I have a vitamin D deficiency. Could you help me? That sweater looks amazing on you. I bet I would too. Get right to the point. Do I have to sign for your package? Are you a campfire because you're hot and want some more? It must be Christmas because I can't wait to unwrap your package. Okay, we're gonna end it with this. These are horrible. If I were a balloon, would you blow me? Alright, that's pretty funny. I'd be like, yes, I would. Oh, I think IG stopped. Damn it. I forgot you can only do IG for an hour. Alright, well, anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. You guys get the point. I was gonna go through all 70 of those anyway. I just wanted to, you know, cheer some people up and have a good time tonight and just represent being single. And big shouts to all my single people out there. And, you know, I'm not a hater. Shouts to all our haters, too, by the way. I love you guys. I'm not a hater, though. If you guys are booed up, if you're all booed up and coupled up and you doing the damn thing, like, you know, even Nikki P, shouts to Nikki P and her boyfriend, then it's all good. You do you. You do you, you boo-boo. You do you, boo-boo. Alright? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Either way. Happy Valentine's Day or happy anti-Valentine's Day. Alright, thank you guys so much for sticking with me and listening and watching. You guys already know, Monday through Thursday on Castbox app. Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. On Castbox. Wednesday night is our sex show. Every Friday night here on YouTube and now Twitch as well. Probably not IG, because Nikki P will be remote and we can't do it that way. But definitely on Twitch and YouTube, we'll be back every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So the 9 p.m. slot is ours. The 9 p.m. slot all week is Mixture of Variety. And just go to YouTube and type in Mixture of Variety Podcast. If you're lazy, just type in Mixture of Variety. It'll still come up. You'll see our channel. You'll see all our previous shows. And you will see tonight's show as well. If you follow us on IG, our Instagram is at Mixture of Variety. The name of the show, at Mixture of Variety. That's on Instagram. You'll see the craziest banners of your life, I promise. And you'll see Granny on that too. And Granny's IG is coming soon. And again, shouts to people that were listening and watching on IG Live. I forgot it's only an hour. But this show's only an hour anyway, so I don't like to go overtime. But sometimes it happens, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it happens. If you want to hear our... Whoops. If you want to hear our... audio show, just Google us. Just Google us in general and you'll find everything that I just said. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a swell evening. And please, if you like what you heard on any of the shows, click like, subscribe, and please share it. And just tell one person, that's all we ask. Because we'd be doing this if we were reaching one person. But we're obviously reaching more than that because I see the statistics on the apps. Alright, so with that being said, we'll see you next week. This is your boy, Patient Zero, signing out for the evening. You guys have a